The sister of 60-year-old Elizabeth Platt told me she had no idea why her sister was here on New Year's Eve. She said she was chronically homeless, and she may have been at a nearby shelter or couch hopping at a friend's house. Allison Platt says she doesn't even have pictures of her sister Elizabeth, or Liz as she liked to be called. She was just a year younger than Allison, who was the third of 4 children who grew up in Lansing, Michigan. But Liz always had her sights on San Francisco and left home at 19 for the city by the bay.
And she pretty much lived in San Francisco ever since.
She knows Liz loved the energy of the Haight and Mission districts. To say she was liberal would be an understatement. Allison Platt says her sister would have opposed the 3 strikes law that could have kept the man accused of killing her in prison for life instead of driving a car on New Year's Eve. And she says she likely would have opposed recalling the district attorney. Some are now blaming, but adds she probably would not have supported him either.
I'm really not joking when I say she probably would consider him to be too conservative because, I mean, he's a Yale graduate, and she was always very funny, I guess you'd say, about what she would consider the establishment.
She hadn't heard from Liz since the beginning of the pandemic, but often wondered how she was doing through all of this.
And I thought, well, I'll just email her, tomorrow or whatever. And, tragically, tomorrow did not come, I guess.
Friends of the other victim, 27-year-old Hannah Abbe, told me Hannah's mom is arriving in San Francisco today to start the process of bringing her daughter home to Japan for funeral services. Allison Platt said she and her siblings would like to hear from anyone who knew their sister so they can find an appropriate place to hold their own service for Elizabeth when the time is appropriate and safe here in San Francisco. In San Francisco, Thom Jensen, NBC Bay Area News.